Excellent.
So this is the 14th edition of the Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon, and if you were to look at how the event has grown in the past 14 years, we just finished the charity press conference. We raised 1.4 crores in charity in year one. Today, in 14 years, that number is touching almost 30 crores, right? That's a 2000% plus increase that's happened just in one paradigm of the event, which is the charity paradigm. And I think this is very interesting because if you were to look at the way the model has been structured, today NGOs actually approach United Way of Mumbai, which is the philanthropy partner of the event. And they start, it's not a donation, we do not give fish. We actually teach the NGOs how to go and fish for themselves. So we actually work on increasing their capacity, and that's what United Way of Mumbai does. If you were to cut, 14 years from where we started off, today there are 150 corporates who are running. Today there are 279 NGOs that have registered for the event. We've already, I think we're looking at a number close to 30 crores that would be generated out of the event for this edition. So I think that's the kind of leap and bounds that on the charity platform has been seen at the Mumbai Marathon. The Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon is a large public-private partnership. Right? It entails various government departments which work very closely with us, that guide us to be able to put up a course that is an international course, today the best in Asia, and today is able to stack up against any of the races anywhere in the world. The kind of deployment that we would have on race day would be almost 150,000 liters of water. We would have almost 60,000 liters of energy drink. We would have almost 20,000 kilos of food that would be deployed for being able to cater to runners on the race. There are toilets that are there on the course, there are kilometer markers, there are timing mats. So the kind of arrangements that are made for the Mumbai Marathon are quite elaborate. Right. In addition to this, there are 42,000 runners, and that's the ceiling that the Mumbai Marathon has. So the volume of participants that we can take is only 42,000 participants. So those are split into different categories. So the half marathon has in excess of 14,000 runners running this year. The full marathon, interestingly, one of the highest number of participation years that we've had, 6,300 plus full marathoners, and 60% of them were actually coming in from outside of Mumbai. Outside of that, the Dream Run, two special category races that we have which are participated, which is the Senior Citizens Run and the Champions with Disability. So we've had a great event. We're looking forward to race day. We're looking forward to energy that has become such a cornerstone of what Mumbai really stands for at the Mumbai Marathon. Over the years, we've seen various ways in which funds have been generated. There has never been one particular method that maybe does better than any of the others. I think everybody's got unique ways in which they ask. And when a runner starts asking is where I think it starts making a big difference. So most of these runners are runners who are not just sitting on an armchair and being cynical about what's happening. These are runners who are actually going beyond the cynicism. So it's not about sitting down and saying, "Yaar, sariska mein tiger mar rahe." Right? These are runners who are not going out there and saying that. They're saying, "Yaar, agar the tiger is having a problem, I am running to save the tiger." Now these are runners who are able to reach out to their friends and say, "Hey, listen, are you willing to stand by me for something that I believe in?" Starting from there and starting from these small steps of running and the training ground, as we call the city of Mumbai, these small steps have today been able to raise various ways for people to be able to give funds. Today we have young leaders, a category that was started a couple of years back, and we have the youth who's going out there and coming out with newer ways in which they are able to attract funds. Including reaching out to their aunts and uncles and saying, "Hey, listen, will you make chocolates for me?" and selling that at a premium. To being able to go to parents and saying, "We don't want to take that international vacation because we would rather use the funds for a good cause." There are children where we've heard of birthday parties where the children have said, "If you're coming to my birthday party, you got to pay X to be able to give for so and so cause," and none of them are shying away from it. So when a child asks, obviously the ask and the ripple of that ask is a lot more. So we do see unique ways in which corporates are raising funds today, unique ways in which we see individuals raising funds, and I think it's really interesting, and it's still the tip of the iceberg. I think we've got a lot more to see when it comes to the charity side of Mumbai.